Greetings, MAST Scholars. I hope this presentation finds you and your family well. As you know, we will begin our virtual remote learning on Monday, March 23rd, 2020. This video is designed to help you through that process. Please remember that remote learning begins at the same time as our school day, which is 8:29 a.m. Also remember that, to our knowledge, credit requirements for New York State to graduate remain the same. Just as we discussed in our principal's town hall, if you look to the left of this screen, you will see your Regents requirements. If you look to the right, you will see the advanced Regents requirements. In addition, to our knowledge, Regents diplomas still require our 5 Regents exams successfully passed with a 65 or higher. And if you are going to earn your Advanced Regents diploma, here are the list of the 9 exams that you must satisfy, in addition, of course, to the Lotte being the 9th, in either French or Spanish at MAST. Today, we're going to discuss in depth how remote learning will work. We're going to demonstrate how you're going to travel to your classes virtually. We will discuss after-school tutoring, which will be available virtually, how to participate in clubs. If you would like to meet with your guidance counselor, since you can't stop by 104 or 218, you can do it virtually. We'll also share with you the MAST website for resources, and there's also a suggestion box online for you to visit so that we can hear from you in terms of what's going well and what's not going well. So again, distance learning or remote learning begins at MAST tomorrow. We will follow our bell schedule. So again, if you have a 0-period class, you're going to report at 7:38 a.m. Otherwise, you're going to report to your first period class throughout the day, all the way till 3:10 for your 8th period class. Here is a sample student schedule. Please pay close attention as we're going to explain how this works. This particular sample student is using their pupil path generated schedule. Typically, they would travel to these rooms in order to go to class. However, we will be using Google Meet and Google Classroom. So if you have AP Psychology first, you're going to use your Google Classroom code in order to participate in class. Here are the codes. This particular student who has AP Bio 2nd period would enter this code here, M73B2YY, into Google Classroom. Google Classroom will then join you, and then you will be able to participate in your class regularly. Many of you are already inside your Google Classroom and do not need these codes. However, if this is new for you, if you are a new student, or if you recently joined us, you will need the Google code to enter Google Classroom. Please note that on Monday, March 23rd only, you're going to go to advisory first. For example, if you have advisory with Mr. Oda, 8th period on Fridays, instead on Monday, you're going to report to him 1st period, and you're going to use this code, TJXVMSP. You're going to join that class code, and you will participate in a circle virtually with your advisor, Mr. Oda. We will be utilizing Google Meet so that you can interact directly with your instructors. Your instructors will send you a code, and you're going to click on Join Meeting. The code will look like what you see on the left of the screen. It will give you a dial-in number and a PIN number, or you can simply click on the link and automatically connect to the Google Meet. Please note, when you are not speaking or sharing in class, your mic should be turned off. Also, you want to make sure that you can turn the camera off if you don't want to participate video-wise. You have the option to just listen and to participate without the camera on. You also, if you are asked to present, your teacher will walk you through how to present in terms of your screen or your window, And when you leave the class at the end of the period, you must hang up. You will be joining another class during second period, so you want to make sure that your mic is off, your camera is off, and that you hang up on the call. So let's talk a little bit about what is expected for you in terms of MAST netiquette, or your etiquette on the internet. First, you want to make sure that you're only joining classes that are on your schedule. Please be sure to hang up when you leave one class to log into another class. You can choose to listen via phone, as I already discussed, without video, or you can join via video. If you choose to visit via video, ensure that you are appropriately dressed, as people will see you as you participate. Remember, if you wouldn't say it face to face, don't say it online. When you're working online, you're safe behind a screen, but that's no excuse to be ill-mannered or say things you wouldn't say in public. And remember, if you do not follow the MAST discipline code, you will face similar consequences that can span from a parent phone call to a suspension that may appear on your record. Also, remember, if it's on the internet, it's everywhere. Don't share personal information about yourself in a public online forum, especially something that could put your safety or security at risk. Since you will be joining classes and doing other endeavors virtually in the future, you want to make sure you adhere to these guidelines both at MAST, but when you're regularly perusing on the internet for other resources or joining other organizations. Remember to follow the MAST rules. We are going to follow the same guidelines as if we were at MAST in terms of academic integrity and student expectations, and you are expected to abide by them. Also, be mindful of the timelines that each teacher provides to complete tasks online. Submit your work on time. You may have 20 minutes, you may have 1 day, you may have 1 week. Either way, you want to make sure it's on time. Now we're going to explore a little bit about how you can utilize our website in terms of navigating remote learning at MAST. So here's what you will see. You want to make sure that you go to the Remote Learning tab. When you click on the Remote Learning tab, it's going to take you to various resources. If you see this pop-up screen, simply click the X and then keep moving. So here you will see frequently asked questions that appear in English, Spanish, Haitian Creole, French, for your convenience. You can find out things such as, are we having online classes? Absolutely. You can also learn the difference between online classes and remote learning. Many of you perused these already and you knew when to pick up your laptops. Do you have to attend all your classes? Of course you do. Will this work go on your transcript? Yes, and there's a detailed explanation of how that works. And again, you can peruse the FAQs to figure out what's happening at MAST and how we're going to do remote learning. Other things that are important. Each of your teachers has designed special websites that you can utilize for your reference. For example, if you have classes with Mr. Hilton, you will notice that he has a website that lists his home, which has general information, influential Black leaders, global history, AP World History. You'll also notice he has the Google Classroom codes already here and a remind code for AP World. If you look at the top right hand of the screen, you'll also see where you can click on a class and get more information, resources, assignments, and things of that nature. Each of your teachers have created these courses. Another example, welcoming you to Mr. Oda's classroom, where he has an announcements page. After you come here, you can see various resources that he's already put here, your code, the parent signature form, your curriculum. You'll also see here, there's announcements, resources that you can utilize, You can also click by classes. Also notice, for example, that Mr. Oda is the advisor to various clubs at MAST. And so you can find more information there. You'll see here Japanese Club, you'll see Student Government, and Science Research Club. Other helpful things you'll find, as we discussed earlier, are the classroom codes. So here you can enlarge the screen so that you can see, for example, if you have advisory with Miss Brooks, you're going to use this code first period. And then if you have blended learning with her first period, you'll join Google Classroom with that code. There's also a section here for parent support. We sent home very important information, including your report cards, as well as your student snapshots that we discussed during our principal town halls. Please note, for many of you who would like to participate, we will have Regents Prep and we will have PM School. So here is the list of all the things that we have in terms of after school small group tutoring. Of course, it will be virtual, but these are still available. Mrs. Enwa, Algebra 1, Mr. Ganjian, Chemistry, and you can read the rest of the list. Also notice that we have Algebra and Geo with Mrs. Enwa after school. The times remain the same. English with Miss Whitehall, and Living Environment. Remember that these classes are credited classes, so you must attend, submit your work, and you must pass all of your classes in order to earn the credit for your transcript. Yes, we have clubs after school. Our teachers have worked really hard to be creative, so you can still have vocal coaching with Mr. Brooks, step and dance with Miss Richardson and Mr. Reed, and acting coaching with Miss Ashley Williams. All clubs will still meet on Mondays and Tuesdays from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Also, we want you to note that if you receive counseling, please ensure that your parents complete this form that you can complete via Google, and you can click on this. And let's say you want to speak to Miss Abby or Miss Hernandez. You can schedule a visit with your counselor. Make sure you write your name. There's a drop-down menu for your grade. Choose Miss Abby or Miss Hernandez, the preferred date that you would like, and the time you would like to meet. It may be at your lunchtime. It may be 2 or 3 days from today, but you can complete this. This will go directly to your counselors and they will follow up with you with your email. Please be sure that you are in your MAST email account, or else the form will not read your email. We want to make sure that we're communicating with MAST email only. We also want to share one more thing. There's a virtual suggestion box. Let us know how things are going. Tell us what we're doing right in terms of serving you as students, and let us know if there's something that you would like us to work on. This is new for us as it is for you, and we want to make sure that we are addressing your needs. So you're going to write your email address, your suggestion. You can choose to write your name or not. And this is for students, staff members, parents, or community members, or any other member of the community that's affiliated with MAST that would like to share what they think works and what they think we should work on. Again, we already shared that after school and Regents Prep are still taking place virtually. Teachers do have codes in terms of how you will join. Again, reiterating that we still have after school clubs. These are not the only clubs. These are our talent department, arts department clubs. You can check with your teachers' websites who usually run the other advisory clubs, and you can find out when they will meet. Remember to please complete your surveys. If you did not complete your student survey, we mailed it to you, as well as your parent survey. When you get the opportunity, it already has a self-stamped envelope. Please complete it or use the code and do it online. And if you do it online, it'll be fine. If you complete it handwritten, then please drop it in the mailbox at your earliest convenience. Okay, remember during our principal town halls that we shared with you Google Classroom codes. Please make sure that you are all joined in 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. Remember, you can access your action plan, school messages, and other important information from Google Classroom. Please make sure that you are signed on to Remind. Remember, this is Ms. Thompson-Young. I forgot to mention that, but this is Ms. Thompson-Young, your principal, and you know that I communicate regularly with you via Remind. So you can either use these MAST Remind codes, or you can email me your phone number and I will enroll you so that you can get our regularly scheduled messages and updates each week. So usually we do a lot of shout outs on Instagram. So we always encourage you to follow us. But it's not only about shout outs. Because of the nature of having remote learning, check Instagram for flyers and updates. We will use that as a medium to communicate with you as well. Thank you so much for taking time to view this video. We hope it was helpful. Again, I hope this message finds you well, and we look forward to seeing you on Monday, March 23rd, 2020.